it seems every week we speak is another big game, a change of tournament this time. But how exciting is it to step away from the Premiership every now and again and get your teeth into a big European game?
I think you're right what you just said, and I think we were talking about this as coaches actually last week. That when you win games, so every time you win a game, your next game seems to feel bigger and bigger. And ironically, it feels the same when you lose a few games. So you lose a few, and it starts to feel like the next game becomes bigger and bigger. And I suppose it's I don't know, the strange thing about sport, that as you become successful, as you win big games, you just start finding bigger and bigger games that will mean more and more, but for all the right reasons going forward. And I think that's the way I like to look at it. This is a very big game against Leinster at the weekend, but it's a big game because we've won our last 2 pool games. We're right up there and challenging for an opportunity to qualify. And so we're kind of really looking forward to kind of challenging ourselves, really. I think that's the best way of looking at it. We've faced a lot of tough games so far this season. Boys are very, very focused day by day in training. I think that's the biggest credit I can give them, and that's leading to us playing very well and being very difficult to beat. And you know, I think I'm genuinely looking forward to just seeing how well we can deal with a little bit of pressure of being towards the top end of the Premiership and doing well in the pool. And that this game is not a game for us just to go out and enjoy, it's a game for us to go out and achieve and win something.
Interesting what Gareth was saying before, almost hinting that there's a different kind of pressure on the club now as champions of England. You obviously got that desire to work for each other as a team and for the club as a whole, but do you feel a different responsibility as champions of England in this tournament?
I think so, but I think how I'd like to try and flip that onto the players, and what we've talked about is the responsibility is to be just a very good ex-the Chiefs player. And I think that's what we've taken on board in the last couple of years more than anything else, is that what we've actually realised is the responsibility when you roll into big games is to be very, very good at what you do for this team. And that's your big responsibility. Your responsibility isn't to go out and necessarily beat Leinster because we're the English champions. The responsibility is what you do for the guy next to you and what you do for your teammates around you. And the only way you really fulfil that is by doing your role exceptionally well and working very hard at it, training very well to make sure you're well prepared. And I think those are the lessons we've really taken on board. As Stino was saying, you know, it's not about going out there and going, right, now I'm going to throw 6 miracle offloads, that's what's going to win us the game. But when it comes to my role in defence, well, that doesn't matter so much. It's exactly the other way around. You know, it's your role in systems, it's your role in the jobs that are right in front of you that really are very, very important. You get those right across the board as a team, and we look a very good side. And those are the things we've really focused on these last 2 seasons.
You talked about this block of games as being really key to your season. And last week you sort of shouted back, well, hang on, the big games I want to be involved in at the end, the 2 semi-finals and a final. Is there any reason why Exeter Chiefs can't be Premiership champions again and Champions Cup champions in the same season?
Well, the reasons are all around us, you know, which is the other very good teams that are involved in the competition. And what we've got to do is almost blank that out a little bit and just make sure we keep it, like I said, we talk all the time about keeping it very simple. And the way you keep things very simple is, you know, it's how you train today and how you train tomorrow and how you deal with this game that's coming up. And ultimately, I think if we can keep ourselves level-headed that way, then there's no reason for us not to be successful in both competitions, because we've proved already we can win the Premiership. We've proved that. We've done it once before and we're currently top of the Premiership. So we can deal with some of those scenarios. Can we deal with everything that Europe can throw at us? I genuinely don't know yet. We've never gone further than the quarter-final stage, which we lost. So there are plenty of reasons why we can't do the double, but there are also plenty of indicators that we're working towards being a side that can deal with a lot of the challenges ahead of us if we get our day-by-day stuff right.
And just one final one on selection. It can't be easy letting guys know that they're not involved in games of this magnitude. Is it a harder job at the moment, picking a team when you keep winning?
Yes and no. Ironically, I think sometimes it can feel a little bit easier to change a winning side because the players have a little bit of confidence that actually, you know, you can play well and come back in as well. You know, it's not always that you've got to try and find fault with people to leave them out when a squad of players or a large number of players are playing well. Was this a tough selection? Because it's a very good game. Of course it was. You know, we've left out some very good players. There's some very good players on the bench. There are players who've come back involved, haven't had time away. Was it tough? Of course it was. But you know, that's the way it should be. And if it means a lot to the players, then which it should do, then they're going to hurt a little bit. And I haven't got a problem with that. You know, we want it to hurt a little bit when they're not involved, but at the same time, we expect them to, as I say, train very, very well today, train very well tomorrow. Best thing a player can do who's left out is to prove to me in every day in training I made the wrong choice. And we talk about that a fair bit with the lads as well. So yeah, it's tough. We've got a good group of players playing well. We're relatively injury-free, and as I said before, you know, we're really looking forward to the weekend.